To start, we're going to unscrew the tension set screws on the left and right sides of the sight pusher. The block in the center has a flat side for a rear sight that has a 90-degree angled edge, and an angled side for pushing sights that might have canted edges. For this video, we're removing the rear sight on a Springfield XD, where the rear sight has a 90-degree angled edge. Next, we're going to install a rubber gasket sticker lining to make sure we don't scratch up the slide during disassembly. Make sure that your weapon is empty before doing any kind of work on the gun. Always point the weapon in a safe direction while working. Next, we'll disassemble the weapon. We'll remove the barrel and the recoil spring so that only the slide remains. You may find that when trying to fit the slide in the sight pusher, the slide may not have enough clearance with the included bolts with the floor plate while the rear sight is installed. If this is the case, it is sometimes easier to remove the floor plate. Before performing the next step, you may want to insert some pieces of the rubber gasket between the slide and the tension set screws on the side of the block. Insert the slide into the sight pusher, and then tighten the lower set screws, which are meant to hold the slide in place firmly as we push the sights off of the weapon. Once the slide is in tight, we'll also bolt the floor plate back into place. This will ensure that all sides of the slide are held firmly in place, preventing the slide from moving as we put pressure on the rear sight during the removal process. The slide should now be firmly in place. We'll now hand tighten the set screws on the block to push the block firmly against the rear sight. On the other end, we'll need to loosen the opposite set screws so that the sight has enough room to move. Next, we're going to tighten the set screw a little bit at a time. This will start to move the rear sight. Springfields are notorious for having very tight rear sights. I actually had to get more leverage on the Allen wrench by clamping the Allen wrench down and twisting the sight pusher with the slide around with an Allen wrench. I did this off camera, but for most brands you should be able to do it by hand without extra tools. As you tighten, the rear sight will eventually break free. Lastly, we'll loosen all of the set screws to release the slide. You're now ready to install a new rear sight, or say a red dot mounting plate in place of the rear sight. Check out my other videos and you'll see an example of me using the sight pusher to install a Shield RMSC pattern red dot on my Springfield XD. If you liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe to get more content. As always, train often and be safe. If you like this video, please subscribe, like, and follow us, where you'll find Second Amendment news, training content, honest gear reviews, drills you can do at home, updates on our latest training technology, and more content that will help you in your journey to becoming a better marksman. Train often and be safe.